Buongiorno! Welcome to today's video. I like to make projects using patterns and languages I do not fully understand, and today I'm going to choose a pattern for my Italian knitting book. So this is mostly just me going through the book, seeing what I understand, seeing what I can figure out, so I can have a game plan for which pattern I'm going to make. So this is Bambole a Maglia a Ferri, le spiegazoni per realizzare a Maglia 12 adorabili bamboli con ogre, I don't remember the word for 50, capi fra abitini e accessori. So this is basically knitting children. All these in here are different little children. And it looks like there's 12 children with 50 different clothing and accessories that I can make along with them. So this is like other books that I've seen in this. I'm guessing the accessories that the doll is going to be paired with is going to be like near that. I hope it's like you make the doll and then you make the accessories. This could go several different ways. I could also see this being like there's a set doll pattern and then little bits and pieces for the dolls. Or it could just be they redo the doll pattern for each doll. I don't know which one it's going to be, but we will find out. There's also a little thing on the back. It's like una colección de 12 bamboli da risa a Maglia, ideate por essere compagnia di gioco adili per I più piccini. I forget the rules for the accents. I remember there were accents. Ogni bambola ha un suo stile e una sua precisa personalità. Okay. So it looks like that part's basically like there's a collection of 12 children that you can make with knitting, and then there's something that you can create to be a companion for their own, for like an actual kid. And it's like each child has their own style and own precise personality, and then the next one is basically mentioning like different personalities that the dolls have. Le spiegazioni illustrano nel dettaglio come realizzare le singole bambole e forniscono consigli per variarne gli outfit, le pettinature e I colori in un mix and match. So that doesn't really answer my question, does it? I mean, it's basically, it says it comes with the instructions to make a single kid and then create a different outfit along with the varieties of the different outfits in a mix and match. So my guess is there's going to be like a base, and then the mix and match is dependent on which children pattern you choose. Which the constant reading of children kind of reminds me of when I was learning Italian on Duolingo. Or honestly, when you learn any language on Duolingo, it does not accept the word kid as an appropriate alternative to child, which it is. Because most of the time, like if I'm talking about like a little human, my instinct is kiddo. But Duolingo will not accept that. They will only accept child. And it's like, okay, we have to talk about the child. So formal. Which, I mean, it's a language learning app. It kind of has to be a little bit formal, yeah? So let's actually open the book. Ow! Well, not ow. It was more like I hit my knee and it did like the reaction jerk thing, yeah. So let's see. Has the introduction, the materials of some Mario. I don't remember that being the word for table of contents. Ooh. It has the names of all the little dolls, and they are all women, or all little girls. I guess they're little girls because they're kids. And then there's different techniques. Okay. You can kind of skip over the introduction. I don't think there's really any reason to need it. Let's get to the fun stuff. Let's look at the actual patterns, yeah. I mean, I might regret that later, but I can always go back, yeah? That's the beauty of a book like this. I can just flip back to the page. I don't have to read them in order. I mean, I think Kindles are probably going to be the way of the future, honestly. But I do think there is values to having both, having a book like this and having a Kindle. So, data la vastissima offerta di filati, Ferri e accessori per aggregare reperibili nei negozi. This is basically saying, in order to make all this stuff, these are the materials you need. Boy, I'm seeing some words I haven't really seen since I studied Italian. Like glee. I knew I know the definition of glee at some point. I don't remember what it is anymore, but it's such a fun word. Okay. So, filati. Le bambole sono state realizzati tutti con filato in puro cotone, for capi del lavoro con Ferri. Ha! Filati are the needles. Because it has, it's giving the number, and then it has the 2.5 to 3, which is a needle size. Also, fun fact about Italian, in English, when you got a decimal point, like you do 2.5, you have the number 2, then a period, and then 5. And that's your decimal point. Italian uses a comma instead. So if I hold this up here, you can see, oh, if it focuses, comma, it's a comma. If it even shows, I'm looking at the screen right now, it barely shows, but that's a comma. But it looks like a 1 to 2.5 to 3, and the metric sizing, and maybe 4 needle if you use like the UK sizing, which I'm not entirely sure this book was written in Italian. I think it was written in English and translated into Italian, because the author's name is Louise Crowther, which is not an Italian name. That is a very English sounding name. Oh, consiglio. Oh. So date le dimensioni relativamente modeste delle bambole, per ogni colore basta un piccola quantità di filato, un gomitolo da 25 grams per tinta sarà più sufficiente. Ah. So that is some sort of advice about how much yarn to buy for a project. So it's basically saying you don't need much yarn to make these dolls. Like for any color that you need for a doll, no more than 25 grams, which honestly isn't that much. A lot of times you get like a decent sized skein, it's like 50 grams typically. So it's pretty small, which is good if you want to like save stuff. Yeah. So then there's Ferri. I think Ferri is the yarn. I think that's the yarn. So it's like vi occorrono un paio di Ferri numero. No, maybe that's the needle. Oh, no. Filanti is the yarn because it says, oh. I mean, technically, if I was on my normal schedule, this would be the beginning of the day for me. But, actually more like mid-morning. But, it is not. I have been up all day, with the exception of a nap that I tried to take and failed. Filati is the yarn, because this part says, le bambole sono state realizzate tutte con filato in puro cotone. So, all of the children are made with pure cotton yarn, which honestly, fair, good choice. No kid's gonna be allergic to cotton if they're a normal kid, knock on wood. Yeah, it's like I'm looking for wood. It's like I'm in a wooden studio. There's got to be wood here somewhere. And Ferri are the needles, because the thing that made me realize was the sentence è possibile che in base alla tension del vostro lavoro dobbiate usare Ferri di una misura diversa, lo tendo a lavorare molto stretto, ma è possibile che voi abbiate una mano più morbida e di conseguenza dobbiate scalare Ferri di una misura inferiore. That's basically saying, in order to get the right gauge, you might have to use a different size needle to get the gauge that you're looking for. And then it says, per tutte le bambole della collezione, la tensione è la stessa. And then I forget how to say any numbers in Italian. Basically saying, for all the children in this collection, the gauge is 35 stitches and 48 rows to make a square that is 10 centimeters. Now, let me let you in on a little secret here. One, if you don't really care about the end size of things, one of my favorite things about making stuffed animals is that you don't have to care at all about what the gauge is, because if you just use the same size yarn and the same tension, everything's gonna fit. Yeah? I mean, if you make clothing, a little bit of a different story. You want clothing. The gauge matters a little bit more, but stuffed animals, you don't have to care. Unless you really want to care, right? Because if you've been knitting for a long time, you're not going to just switch tension in the middle of a project, yeah? You're going to figure out, as time goes on, what the proper tension's going to be. Like, what your preferred tension's going to be. And if you stick to that throughout the entire project, for all the pieces, they're all going to be the right proportion. So you can just sew them together. And I think that's part, that and the fact that stuffed animals tend to have cute faces that I like to talk to, is probably a huge part of the reason why I love making stuffed animals, and why over time, like, these books have kind of skewed towards looking for stuffed animals. But yeah, it says, like, this is the gauge that you want to have, but I'm probably not going to follow it. Let's be honest here. I'm probably just going to pick up a set of needles and start working and trust that everything's going to work out all right. Which may not be the best thing for the clothing, but for the dolls themselves, like, if you use the same width yarn, like here it's saying like it wants the same width yarn, Same with yarn, same needles, same tension. It's all gonna work. It just may not be the exact size that you're expecting. And then it follows with imbottitura, which is the stuffing. Per imbottitura del Bambole consigo de usar un poliéster sintético. Polyester synthetico was the giveaway clue there, because that's synthetic polyester. It's basically saying that, but I mean, you can use whatever stuffing you want, yeah. Although I do have close to 20 pounds of it at home, so I'm probably going to use the synthetic stuff. Alright, that's probably it, yeah. And then we have a couple other stuff. Panolensi bianco. That's a different one. So dovrete usar diediscetti de panolensi bianco circa 15 millimeters di diametro por rinforzare il tessuto dove rigormente echate abito per nascondere le code anode. I don't really understand what this is talking about here. Like, the Bianco is white. My guess is this would be a cable needle. Only because it's specifically mentioning 15 millimeters of diameter, which is basically saying it needs to 15, which is actually pretty thick, considering it wants a smaller size needle. Oh, if the pattern wants it, the pattern has it. If not, okay. But then it's like kit de base piccole ornamente, so this is basically other stuff that you would need. I'm guessing bolticini da 6 millimeters de diametro are either buttons or safety eyes. One of these is Marco Ponti is probably a stitch marker. One of those is probably a tapestry needle. I mean, makes sense, yeah. And then we have the golden page, the abbreviations. Yeah. That will be a lifesaver. Which these abbreviations, some of them are not abbreviations. Some of them are literally the whole thing sped out. So a lot of it will be depending on, well, A1, oh, aumente, that's increase. So I'm guessing the something, I am inserted Marco Ponti, insert a stitch marker. M, Maglia, that's knit. There's pass a stitch, pass it the purl marker. Oh, repeat, they've got to repeat. So, oh, yarn over. If that is, did that just get translated straight from Italian to English? Or English to Italian, that happened a lot. When I was studying abroad in Italy, I was trying to improve my Italian by reading a book series that I knew relatively well in Italian. So I read through the entire Harry Potter series in Italian when I was there. And there were like some English words that they literally just placed. And that, like, instead of yelling stop in Italian, there's one point where just English, they yell stop! And like, I'm wondering if this is the case, just transplanting the abbreviation for yarn over from English into here because they can. It'd be helpful if they did, honestly. But now I think we're gonna get to the fun part, yeah, the actual dolls. So we can see who's cute. So we start with Naomi. So let's see how much I remember. So, yeah, this is Naomi. Naomi's very cute, yeah. Arrivata al negozio delle camele, saggia de avere dimenticato qualche cosa. Sarah nelle borsette con il fiore o le I cadute di mano quando tutta estasiata si accorta che I sacchetti dei dolciumi hanno le stesse righe dei suoi collanti. Naomi I sbadata come ogni sognatrice, porta sempre il berretto in testa per non rischiare di perdere anche quello. I don't really understand what most of that means, but if I had to guess, Naomi arrived at a flower store and did something to impress them and now works at the flower store. Or maybe it's a candy store. I mean, so she has flowers on her dress, but if I'm assuming the picture has anything to do with the flavor text, she's sitting behind a bowl of candy, or in front of a bowl of candy. So, yeah, I assume that's it. So, yeah. But there's also like a flower under Naomi's name, but that could just be the fact that it's a female presenting doll. Also, there was someone else's name there. There's a Sarah. I'm guessing, I don't know if Porta was a name or if Porta was an actual word. She's kind of cute, but I'm going to reserve judgment till I see other of them. Especially since I know like this is a human doll thing. And I'm a lot more likely to squeal if it's an animal doll versus a human doll for whatever reason. I don't know why. But it looks like they redo the whole doll with each pattern. It doesn't look like there's a base pattern like it was with that French book. Which, I mean, will make it easier to be within the same section. And there's some pictures here. They're color pictures, which are good, but most of the instructions do not have pictures. We'll see. I mean, you got that. We got, that looks like the different parts of the doll that are split up, yeah. So next we have Grace, and whoa, my instinct is that Grace is younger than Naomi. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. Let's see. See what it says about Grace. So, si sa si sono persone senza cuore. Grace invece ha un cuore grande e lo dimostra anche esibendolo orgogliosa su graciosos que mi siato a righe, che cosa le piace di più? Tanto per commensare I braccialetti dell'amicizia, I codici I fari con le sue mani qualche regolino per la nonna, attenta come al bene degli altri e sempre indaffarata a fare lavoretti con perline, lustrini e adesivi lucisanti perché donatoli rende tutti più felici. Basically, Grace has a big heart and she likes doing things to make other people happy. If I'm understanding this right. She likes doing something for her grandmother. That's really all I understood here. But this is Grace. I don't know why her face looks a lot younger than Naomi's. Maybe it was the hat. Maybe it's a style of dress too, I don't know. Maybe it's the pattern on the dress seemed more childish because you tend to go for like simpler patterns when you got like a really young person, yeah? Even though their dress styles are pretty much identical. Like little kids aren't necessarily gonna wear paisley, you know? Even though Naomi was not wearing paisley. Like you give a kid a paisley outfit and then you give a kid a like a stripe, like a checkerboard outfit. Most kids are probably gonna go for the checkerboard, yeah? I say as a kid who wore paisley had bandanas. I wasn't crazy about paisley though. There's lots of graphs here. I'm guessing core is the heart. Okay. For some reason hers seems simpler. I don't know why. Wait. Was this guy not in the table of contents? Or did I just misread that? Oh, I just misread that. There is one boy in here. His name, I know of. His name is Ralph, okay? Because it's like, we want to make this more gender inclusive. Let's throw one boy in here with all the girl dolls. Yeah? It's kind of like every girl's Barbie collection, yeah? Like, you don't have a bunch of Kens. You just have, like, the typical girl's Barbie collection. You have the one Ken doll, and then you have a bunch of the Barbies. And in my experience, I didn't really play with the Ken doll too much because he didn't have as cool clothes as Barbie did. Yeah? I mean, his head popped off. That was pretty fun. Meanwhile, like, Ken couldn't hold a candle to the Rapunzel doll. The Rapunzel Barbie doll. The Rapunzel Barbie doll had hair as long as her body. I mean, come on. You got the long hair versus the head that pops off. It's kind of hard to compete. I mean, also, most of the Barbies had, like, a rough plastic head, and then the Ken doll's head kind of, like, smushed in. You could, like, smush his head in. And, like, I don't know. It just didn't have the same vibe. Maybe I would feel differently if I were playing with dolls today. Who knows? But anyway, back to Ralph here. In Ferro, e treni piacciono un po' a tutti I bambini, ma Ralph ne è assolutamente innamorato. Quando non spinge il trenino di Lego sulle rotaie il catolo e lì ci si strugge dal desiderio di viaggiare su un treno vero. Vivace e concreto indossa una salpopette con un comodo tasca in cui conserva biglietti, orari e quelle camarella. Gli piace essere in ordine e portare i calzettoni tirati su fino al piccolo, ma nessuno è ancora riuscito a domare il cuffo ribelle che gli corona la testa. I don't understand that second part of it, but Ralph likes trains. Ralph is not just likes trains, he's completely enamored with trains, and he would like to one day travel on a real train. That is what I understood. Anyway, this is Ralph. Yeah. Ralph has a little set of overalls. He has actual pants. Because like, all little girls love dresses and boys love pants. Not really the case anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just noticed they put a button on his crotch to resemble boxer shorts. I mean, nice little detail, but also you can't really give it to a little kid that's got buttons like that yet. I feel like that's a detail that you can do away with. Unless you're going to give it to like a 4-year-old who knows better than to eat buttons. I assume most 4-year-olds know better than to eat buttons. Also, the fact that they named this kid Ralph. I mean, come on. Such a stupid name. Ooh, we have Penny here. Penny is wearing an adorable bucket hat. She actually has a little bit of a different dress style than the other two that we've seen so far, which is nice. Oh, the little symbol under, wait, did Ralph have a train underneath? Ah, yeah, so there's like a little symbol under all their names as I readjust again. And I think that symbol has something to do with their flavor text. So I'm guessing the bucket hat is important to Penny somehow. So si solo potesse Penny trascorrere tutta la giornata all'aria aperta, la sua massima gioia è andare al parco dove si gioca a pallone con gli amichetti, ma va anche talmente in alto con altalena che l'aria le porta via il cappello e si con i suoi comodi leggings si arrampica come un gatto fin su rami più alti e anche perché da lì è più facile vedere dove rimane e atturato il capolino. I do not understand what they're trying to get at here. Something about doing something with friends. I'm guessing it's saying like she's cute to make with her hat and her leggings. Because she does actually have like, they do put leggings on her as compared to like the other patterns, which it's more like socks and stockings and whatnot. But this is Penny. Pretty adorable, yeah. And she has a pocket in her dress. Whether she can actually store anything in her pocket, I don't know. But it's like a cute little bucket hat that they're making. Ooh. I just caught a shot of her sneakers right here. They look so cute. Like they actually like wove one thread of yarn to look like shoelaces, which is very nice detail, honestly. Not really a detail that I may have patience for if I were to do it, but yeah. Oh, you got Faye. Oh my gosh. Faye looks adorable. Faye is giving like Louise Belcher vibes. Or like, I don't really know anything about this, but there's like this anime with like this little girl wearing rabbit ears, and that's what she looks like. I think it's Anya, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know something like this exists, and it kind of reminds me of that. But, okay, I get this now. Alright. Ve è innamorata de conigli e sogna il giorno in cui, dopo tanto attendere, potrà averne un vero tutte per sé. Nulla di strano, quindi se quando ha dovuto scegliere cosa indossare per la vestiziola ha insistito su questa abitino rosa e su berretto con le orecchie lunghe. E quando avverrà la torta fra mille risolini si unirà al coro intonando anche le tanti auguri a te. I didn't understand much of that, but what I could understand was Faye really loves rabbits. Faye, like once I show you this picture, you'll understand. Faye really loves rabbits. And also, it's like she insisted on wearing things that had rabbits on it. So here, this is Faye. And this is like the first one that's making me squeal. Oh my gosh, how adorable. Like the other ones seem like kind of plain, like, Faye I get. Yeah. It's like, I'm a sucker for a kid dressed up like a bunny, if I'm being quite honest. And like the fact is like, it's a little bunny on the dress, like, come on, so cute. And like the little curls, and yeah, Faye's really adorable. You know, I started watching like a YouTuber, the Not So Berry Challenge, where it turns out like there are these things called Berry Sims where they color coordinate Sims to have like monochromatic outfits and whatnot, or like close to monochromatic outfits, and it had me have the realization that I like part of my style could be described as Berry Sim. It's like this outfit's not really giving it right now, to be quite honest, but like other outfits that I wear all the time when I'm actually like going out to interact with other people, that looks like I'm a Berry Sim. I mean, maybe the hair could have given it away, but no, but Faye is really adorable. Oh my gosh. And like the boots, they look like little Uggs. Like I never actually owned a pair of Ugg boots. I don't know how they feel, but I imagine they must be comfortable because people keep wearing them. Ooh, we have Polly here. Polly's good if you want a pattern. It looks like the star stitch here. And it actually looks, it's funny, I just made that Ugg comment and I think Polly's actually wearing Uggs. Ooh. So Avendo tre fratelli maggiori, Pali ha imparato presto a farsi le sue ragioni. Non è mai stata un principessa, anzi, per quanto la rigorata preferisce farle in borchetta un paio di automobilini e andare a giocare all'aperto immaginato fantastica avventura. Si è attrezzata anche per non farsi acchiappare tanto facilmente, sempre in comedy shorts. Corre che più veloce non si può. Okay, so some of the flavor text always mentions part of the outfit that the doll is wearing, yeah? So it just mentioned that she wears shorts, which I can see that here. So it looks like she has 3 older siblings. I would assume brothers, because it's fratelli. But I think Italian also abides by the rules. If there's like one male and a group of females, you refer to the entire group as male. So it could be a mixture of brothers and sisters, who knows. But basically she likes to travel in automobiles and go on fantastic imaginary adventures. Obviously she's a kid, she can't drive yet herself. And if I had to put an age on this kid, I would put her at like 8 to 10. But this is Polly. And if you look at Polly's like outfit, like I honestly don't know how well it shows with this lighting and whatnot, but this is a really intricate stitch. Honestly, I don't think it's showing that good right now. Really intricate stitch. It's like the star stitch. Which could be a nice little challenge to try to attempt that in Italian. I have attempted it in English before, but it's been years. It's like the one time I test patterned for another knitter. Yeah. So basically she dreams of traveling, which I get that, Polly. Traveling can be a lot of fun. I want to go traveling more. Oh, we have Anna. Anna's hair looks like she should actually be Elsa. Anna looks like she likes owls. So, Anna è come un gaza, adora tutto ciò che ci sia, colleziona belle perche e innamorata delle loro tinte schiettolini. Ai colori le piace anche portare addosso con una carnagione di fana come la sua e le capelli quasi bianche da Scandinavia. Ok. Un po' di sano color fucsia e qualche movimento variopinto, come anche un modo per non passare inosservata. So that part about Scandinavia, basically, I'm guessing it's saying her sweater's being made like a Scandinavian colorwork item. That'd be my guess. I don't think the Scandinavia is actually an interest of hers so much unless she is from Scandinavia, which is entirely possible because they made her platinum blonde. There is nothing about owls on here, but there are pictures of owls. I'm guessing she likes owls because she has an owl sweater. They did mention she likes the color fuchsia, which you can see in like her skirt and her little shoes here. It just seems like they attach the shoes and the socks to the same thing. They just like slide them on, and I mean, it's a cute little owl. Although, if I were giving this to a younger kid, I would get rid of the button eyes and I would create like a pattern. I would like include the eyes with the color work, so that way it'd be safe for like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old. Otherwise, this is not safe for them. And that's literally the only thing, yeah? Oh, there's 4 buttons. It has buttons somewhere else. But I can't see it. Oh, it's on the back of the shirt. Just to kind of like tighten it up so you can make the neck of the thing wider so you can slide her head over it. And then you can tighten it up once it's there so it's like nice and tight to her neck. She's nice. Pippa! Pippa is a redhead like Pippi Longstocking. But does not look as unruly as Pippi Longstocking. Looks a bit more put together than Pippi Longstocking. Pippa è un piccola creativa che si utilizza nel creare cose belle. Questa settimana ha fatto uno scrapbook favoloso con nastri di carta giapponese, mentre la settimana scorsa ha imparato a fare I fiori a maglia. In realtà mi ha fatti cose tante c'è la mamma per evitare che il suo guardaroba si trasformasse in un giardino fiorito. Le ha consigliato di provare lo scrapbooking. Pippa is a very creative girl who likes scrapbooking. And although from this, she gets it from her mama, basically. Like, she likes to use Japanese paper, I believe. Like, all the different types of Japanese designs or Japanese paper. Which, I mean, from the type of flower design that is on here, makes complete sense because it looks like cherry blossoms. This is Pippa. Yeah. Pretty cute. It's like nice and delicate and feminine, the outfit too. With like the little cardigan and like the little dress and the headband and oh my gosh. And of course Mary Jane's, yeah. It's a nice doll. Oh, we have Jane. Jane is giving real strong Madeline vibes. Like the in an old house covered in vines with 12 little girls and 2 straight lines. 2 straight lines, they broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. That Madeline. Oh, yeah, Madeline is French and Jane's wearing a beret. Let's see. I coffee bar intorno a casa el a visita tutte perché la mamma dopo le compare frettoloso del mattino ha sempre bisogno di bere un buon caffè con il suo basco chic, il cardigan lavoro in una pezzo delle gonnelle abbonnotate sul davanti. Jane si accomoda felice accanto a lei con il suo bicchiere di latte e un gran muffin al doppio cioccolato. Jane likes coffee. She likes going to the cafe. It's funny, like, she has this very French vibe, but it's a very Italian description, yeah. Basically, Jane has this coffee shop that she loves to visit all the time. And she loves to go and get a glass of milk. Well, it sounds like her mother works at a coffee shop that she visits all the time, but she likes to go there and get a glass of milk and a big muffin, like a big chocolate muffin. And Jane's also a little bit of a fashionista, it looks like. But this is Jane. Jane is so adorable. I can see why the two that the author mentioned on the back were Faye and Jane, because so far they strike me as the two most interesting ones I've seen so far. It's got a cute little cardigan with like the skirt with the buttons going up, and there's like, the cardigan covers it, but it looks like there may be pockets in the skirt. I hope there are pockets in the skirt. And then you got like the sneakers and like, it's just like a stylish little girl, yeah? It's like the little dog purse, yeah? Like the stripes and whatnot, it's like, I have never seen an episode. Is it an episode or did they just do movies of Mary, Kate, and Ashley? But I assume this would be something they would wear, right? This would be like Hilary Duff. Is that her actual name? Or is that the character's name? I can't remember if Hilary Duff was the character or the actor. I never watched that. Oh, Hilary Duff was the actor. The character was Lizzie McGuire. This seems very Lizzie McGuire, yeah? Like Lizzie McGuire meets Madeline. Especially with like the hair, like the little bows. Yeah. Oh, man. Although it looks like she does actually pull out ribbon for the hair. Like if I was doing that, I would still try to get yarn for the hair. Oh wait, I see the skirt. The skirt does not have pockets, but that's why she has a purse, yeah? We have Alice, and ooh. Alice is kind of adorable. Alice only has one eye because the way they knit Alice's hair, she's got bangs that kind of like go like over the one eye, so she can't really see. But it's always going to be like that, so Alice officially only has one eye, which is a really mean thing to be laughing about, but here we are. Oh my gosh, my nose is running. My nose has been running so much ever since I got up here, because it is the end of December in Maine, which means it is like 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It is so cold up here. I'm sorry, I don't know. That's like below 0 Celsius for anyone outside of the United States. Not far under 0 degrees Celsius, but close. It is below freezing. I actually saw snow today. Okay. Back to the task at hand. All right. So, cuando una amiga le ha chiesto un mano per revisare le piante, Alice ha infilado a su giata preferita, quella con il cappuccio e si è messa subito al lavoro. Non aveva mai fatto giardinaggio e ora che si pensava l'abito chiaro e le calze bianche non erano proprio la scelta migliore. Non si era resa conto di quanta terra dovesse maniare, ma poi vabbè, pazienza, il rimedio c'è, mamma fare un bel bucato. I don't really understand any of this, but judging from the pictures, I'm assuming Alice is into gardening. Anyway, this is Alice. I forget if I showed you Alice yet or not, but this is Alice. Kind of, she's adorable, yeah. It's like the nice, like, cute hoodie compared with, like, the dress. It's so cute. And, like, she has shorter hair than the rest, but she's got that little bow. And, like, the stockings. And, He's kind of cute. Honestly, I just want that hoodie. I want that hoodie for me. Okay. Oh, and then we got Florence. And Florence is like one of the first without any overcovering. Well, maybe not one of the first, but she's definitely a different style. So Florence è molto brava in matematica. Non è cosa da poco visto c'è quando hai messo gli occhi su un bel coniglio giocattolo e riuscita a calcolare esattamente quanto tempo avrebbe impiegato per mettere da parte le mancette e arrivare alla cifra necessaria. Ora ce l'ha fatta, ha indossiato un completino più chic, gonna e maglioncino coordinato, rigorosamente lavora a mano per concludere l'affare. E il coniglio è suo. If I'm understanding this correctly, Florence is very good at math, and she uses the math to take care of her rabbit. To make sure the rabbit has what it needs, if I'm understanding this correctly. Anyway, this is Florence, and she has a rabbit, so that part I did get. It's like, yeah, it's like a nice textured skirt, and then we got like a nice little design on the thing. A lot of these are pink, or like pink and red based. The author seems to like red and green a lot. A lot of these have been red and green and pink. Yeah, there's been pink in that one. Well, blue for Jane. Yeah, red and green for Polly. I think that was no, that's Pippa. Yeah. Yeah, and there's pink in that one. Oh, there's orange in that one. Okay, maybe, yeah, pink in that one. Maybe it's just standing out to me more. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for that color more because, like, in that Not So Berry challenge that I'm watching of someone else, I'm currently watching the Rose challenge, which is red, and I just finished the Mint challenge, watching the Mint challenge, which was light green. So maybe I'm just more on the lookout for those colors right now. That could quite possibly be it. But we have Martha. Oh, Martha's cute. Martha's really adorable. If I met Martha in real life, I'd guess she's like around 6 or 7. So Martha da Grande vuol fare la maestra, la piace scrivere alla lavagna, fare le operazioni e assegnare bette volte ai compiti finiti, e convinta che i jeans appugnati dalla blusa vivaci con scarpe coordinate siano abbigliamento ideale, allegro e insieme pratico per affronte in mezzo a bianchi. I freme dallo volle andare finalmente in olla. This one talked a little bit more about her clothes than her actual personality. Basically the fact that she's wearing jeans and like a very like decorated top. But if I'm understanding this right, Martha wants to be a teacher, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense. I feel like lots of little kids want to be teachers because they want to be careers that they see other people do. And pretty much the majority of kids see teachers. I'm not saying that every kid wants to be a teacher, far from it. But I mean, that was definitely the case for me. I was growing up around lots of people who were teachers. So, it made sense, like, when I was younger, I simply wanted to be a teacher. It's like, well, let's get good at this skill. So even though, as I found out when I was older, I didn't necessarily want to be a teacher because that's a lifestyle. That's not necessarily a job choice. That's a full lifestyle. I wasn't sure I wanted to commit to the lifestyle. I can explain things pretty well if I put my mind to it. But yeah, this is Martha. I mean, honestly, if that outfit was available in person, I'd be wearing it. In fact, with the exception of I think I have a shirt like this, a shirt of this design. It's not red, it's blue, but I'm pretty sure I could probably imitate that outfit. Honestly, I could dress up as that outfit. Pretty adorable outfit, pretty timeless. And that's the end of the dolls. And now we have the techniques. So I'll go over the techniques when I have to, but okay. It's nice. Oh, it explains how to make the hair for the ones that braid and whatnot. So now I gotta choose one of these to make. And if I'm being quite honest, you guys can probably already guess, but for me, there's no competition, yeah? I have a definite favorite. It's Faye. Like, Jane may come close, but honestly, I'm gonna make a little kid. I kind of want to make... I think I would want to start with, like, the little climbing 5-year-old type of little kid, and not necessarily, like, the American Girl-aged little kid. So, yeah, I think when I pick up the series to knit next, I will be back in my home, but yeah, we will be starting with Faye. I just now have to find all the materials to make a bunny dress. Anyway, that was today's entertainment. Have a nice day. Ciao.